All day, every day. I love this jam. See some. I don't know if I've seen John Bingham 55 before. Sick. Our girl Absinthe made it. Baller mode. Yeah, Iron-headed. Kromlech's. You'll notice in my panels down below begins. I've been updating the channel to reflect some of our sponsors, some of the people I work with in the industry. Kromlech and Puppets were both provided some sick ass orc models from my orc project. Both are. I'm using both as dev copters, so I focused on Puppets War for a little while, and now we're moving into Kromlech. I love both companies equally. They both have amazing sculpts, and I love them both for completely different reasons. And so I'm going to be moving into live tutorials with Kromlech, and going to be transitioning into some studio tutorials with Puppets War, and then I'm going to take Kromlech to the studio as well. So we definitely got some stuff on the horizon. What's quiet? My voice or my music? My voice is quieter? I could probably fix that. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sound better? I'm gonna be approximately 30 seconds late as I eat this sandwich. Yeah. Keep it icy. Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here. Next Level Painting, hitting you up on Tuesday, one of the most average days of the week, with one simple exception. We're going to be painting some Kromlech Assault Speeders live. Can't tell you how much I love these Kromlech models. They have some incredibly fresh molds. I feel like they might be using a computer. You know, it's hard to tell, but like their molds come out fresh. Very mechanical, very, you know, line oriented. I like them a lot. Yo, these beats are so fresh. I'm so glad we got the music coming through. You know, I don't get time to, I don't get to take time out of my day to appreciate the library of royalty-free music I've accrued for these tutorials and battle reports that I've been editing for over a year. I never just listened to them. I mean, I listened to them when I selected them, blended them all together, did my audio stuff. But now having them blast in my headset the whole time, that's a different story. Oh yeah. All right. Looking at the Q&A so far, just people chiming in, getting involved. Yo, Fire Warrior just jumped in. What up, pimpin'? What I want to say is that I think I might start experimenting with a Saturday stream. I'm not going to cut the Tuesday stream out, but I am thinking about doing a Saturday stream too. Try to get 2 streams a week maybe, is the goal. We did an impromptu Saturday stream just a few days ago, and it was pretty successful. I'll open up with a Q&A obviously before I start jumping on this model. Good old, I want to say R. Dilgart. Any chance in the future we'll see some AOS painted action, ideally Stormcast Eternals. You can figure out how to paint the Stormcast Eternal from almost any tutorial that I have on YouTube. Maybe. You know, it depends. Who knows what the future holds for us. But I'll tell you right now, the future is a lot of Infinity and Orks for me. We kind of started this stream with Orks. Like, Orks are my personal army that I am working on to get into the tournament scene. And so, obviously, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. As, you know, we approach the conclusion of these Orks, you know, we'll jump more into some of the studio stuff I'm doing, but we got a lot of Ork stuff to do still, man. We got Ork Bikers, got a Stompa, a super top secret custom Stompa my brother is converting for me. You guys you don't even know yet how crazy it's gonna be. It's gonna be ridiculous. Ultramarine 37 says, what would your Legion of choice favorite if you were playing 30k? Oh, I mean, what are my options? I mean, Death Guard's one of the options, right? I'll pick that. Still one more name coming in hot. Iron-Headed says, I like it with one pre-week locked video and a reservation to make an impulse video. Oh yeah, that's a good point, man. You know, maybe we could just do the Tuesdays to be Orks, and then we can do some kind of like unscheduled, you know, what's on the table commission thing. So that'd be tight. I'm interested in that. Let me tell you guys, I've been trying to upgrade the process big time. Obviously, working all day, trying to get it done. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna try to do, you know, obviously you guys been donating so fresh, and that's been super important. What I've been doing is I'm trying to give you guys like a surprise new donation message with upgrading the GIF every week, or the GIF file every week, with new sound bites. Obviously last week we had Bill and Ted playing their most excellent guitar riff from the movies, and I'm going to be changing that out every week. So it's changed. Currently it's a different one, and I'm going to find a new cool one every week to hit you guys with, just to do my best on my end to keep it kind of fun, keep it kind of fresh. Alright, Jen Praxis, any chance you do Rust tonight? We just did Rust, homie. We did Rust with the whole Wu-Tang Clan. What we're going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be appreciating this this assault speeder right here. Sorry, we're gonna be appreciating this assault speeder here, full blown. We're gonna appreciate it and get it red, and then I'm gonna seal coat it. And while it's seal coated, I'm gonna really talk about how I broke the model down in different pieces to really get it started. I got 5 of these. These things are amazing. As Absence says, she likes Bill and Ted 1. Be excellent to each other. Always be excellent to thy neighbor. Hivemind, NJ Hivemind says, when airbrushing, would 25-30 psi be sufficient for most models, for most paints, or do you need to go higher? Got a low quality airbrush as a gift. I mean, a lot of times you can fix clogs with higher psi. So I like to get comfortable painting at a high psi. Right now, I mean, I've got mine set to max, but it can barely keep an 18 going with me when I move so fast. I mean, but I used to airbrush at about like 30. Saldoc, yo dog, finally made the stream. What you working on, homie? What up, pimp? Welcome to the stream. Now that we got some people crowding in here, we will start, and I will break it all down once again. So what we're working on here this week is Kromlech Assault Speeder. Now, you saw us working on some alternate minis for my Defcopters. This is another alternate mini. I've got 5 solo Defcopters in my Ork list. All of them are going to be this Assault Speeder. And this is a fresh looking model, like a little airplane. It's got girth. It's got the sick grill and the light. I mean, just fresh, right? And it's got, this is my favorite part. Check out this little orc that rides in it, holding, like, manually tossing bombs out the hatch. Look how fresh that is. Little window right here. And, of course, we left all the exhaust pipes off. And the twin leg big shooters. Could be rockets if you wanted, but I mean, I like the way the shooters looked on this one. So we're keeping all of them separate. These are primed with just a basic metal from Home Depot. This is primed with Chaos Red from Army Painter. Just kind of, you know, I like that. This is just prime standard gray, right, Sean? And you'll notice that our panels have been updating, showing off some of my sponsors to reflect some of the people who I've been working with over the last few weeks, 6-7 weeks. We got some stuff coming in from Secret Weapon. We got this Kromlech stuff. You know, we got things on the horizon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys with the intention of appreciating this, not like that one time where I just said, "Oh, we're appreciating it because I ran out of paints." I'm gonna appreciate this. I'm gonna show you a real solid appreciate technique to get this amazing red. We're also going to work on the exhaust pipes and the little orc guy, hopefully, like depending on, you know, how it goes. So jump back over to the stream, see if there's anyone I need to comment to. We've got the girth, Dirty Sheets McSkates coming in hot. All right, man, let's start this thing. All my people are here. And also, like I said, rotating donational gifts. You guys saw what I did last week with Bill and Ted. You won't even guess what I've done this week. And I'm going to keep changing it every week to keep you guys guessing. And of course, appreciate the donations, appreciate the link back traffic. You guys are making this bringing hobby back dream a lot easier each stream. All right, went back to the taller tripod because I wanted to show you guys the airbrushing on screen. I couldn't do that with that super tight, close to the line tripod we use for the impromptu, unscheduled, non-metal metallic episode that we did just a few days ago. All right, so I already cleaned my airbrush before we started, so it was ready to go. My boy Clay Cruz is coming in hot. What's up? All right, so obviously, like I said, this is Army Painter Primer Chaos Red. Now you can literally do this with a black almost just as easy, but I'm like, yo, if I got the primer that's already a really deep red, I feel like it might just be a more natural appreciated. So first things first, got the airbrush out. You guys have seen this before, but we might have some people who are new to the stream. Step one is always, I'm going to grab that airbrush flow improver all day. Step one to creating the gangster gumbo is we're going to pour some in there. maybe a little bit more. That easy. Now we're going to make sweet love, as it were, between these two colors inside this pot. And the reason we're using this color is because you get kind of an interesting pinkish color when you mix flesh tones in with reds. So rather than just a true pink for a pre-shade with white, I like doing this because I feel like you get a much more interesting neutral. We're going to literally pour some red right in there. That simple. Going to pour some sunny skin tone in there. That simple. This is the Gangster Gumbo. Reach over to your paint pot. Grab your trusty Gangster Gumbo paintbrush. Swirl this together until we get a nice color. There it is. Now this is all flow improver in stock Vallejo game color. And it's already pretty much a pretty good consistency. But we're going to pour a little water on top. And now the third and final stage of the Gangster Gumbo. Cover your tip. Let some air into the pot. Let it percolate. There it is. Got it. Now I'm going to put on my trusty black glove, so I don't get all this shit over my hand all day. And we're going to pre-shade this thing. And so like the concept of pre-shade is that we're not actually highlighting the model. We're highlighting what we want our actual final color to be by creating transitions and gradients while using colors that will be exciting. Now I got a technique for pre-shading red while with black, green, and whites. But this is a much more simple, easier version in my opinion. Let's get that light right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find kind of the flat panel areas, and I'm going to work some airbrush in there. Just like that. You guys can see that just fine, I think. And it's a little pink, like I said, but don't worry, that's not the color we're going to settle on. There it is. So getting some nice shades in the middle of these panels. Let me change my lighting angle. I don't want it to wash this out for you guys. Same thing over here. Centers of all the panels. And we'll come back in and paint all this, all these details with some metals. Throw some Rizzo Rust in there. You know, we'll show you guys all the techniques. And basically how that any technique we work on, with just a little bit of thought process, can be applied to practically any model. You guys see that? Just getting some nice righteous pre-saves. Turn this light down. I don't want it to reflect so much. I feel like somebody may have just texted me. I wonder who it was. Maybe Rob? Well, I guess I'll never know. My phone is lost to the warp. Let me check the Q&A, what you guys think so far. What compressor are you rolling with these days? From John Bingham. I'm actually using the Silver Jet from Iwata. That's why it's so quiet. Dan1789 says, thanks for pointing out those bases for me. Secret weapon. Yeah, secret weapon is the truth at bases. Iron-headed, show us some efficient speed painting tonight. You want me to, man, I try to be as efficient as I can at all times. Alright. Let's do it. I got a little splatter right here. I'm going to kind of flick it off with my nail. Alright. We're getting a little bit of speckling in there, so obviously I'm going to pour a little bit of water in the pot. I'm going to stir it up with the paintbrush a little bit. And one of our famous proverbs, we're always going to keep that tip clean. Got a little bit more splatter right there. We're going to get rid of that. Getting our lipstick pink. Oh, we got more splatter right here. Guess I wasn't paying attention when I cleared that pot. Just gonna get a little bit more bright to wash that splatter out. We'll come back in with the burn umber later and darken that back up. Alright, down here in the front. I don't know when I'm going to paint this grill yet. I don't know if it's going to be metal or whatever. I'll drop a little red down there just in case. I'll come back to it. Control panel right here. I think that's where the window goes. I'll paint the inside of this thing. I don't know how much is going to show once we have that orc in there. Get a little pre-shade in there. Okay. Let's flip it over to the tail. Get these panels lined out. Just like that. Everything gets so shiny once it gets wet. Same thing right here on the side. Just like every flat surface, basically. Give it a little radial highlight. We don't know how much of this is going to end up being painted a different color. So rather than just try to guess, just paint it all right the first time. You know what I'm saying? And with the pre-shade on something like this, you know, you want your transitions to be smooth. You don't want like any kind of harsh speckling. Flip it under. Don't forget to do the bottoms, but you don't have to be as meticulous on the bottoms because no one's going to see it. So I'm just doing one solid transition from the tips of the wing all the way to the center. Same deal right here, just a real quick front to back highlight. Like I said, most of this I'm going to end up airbrushing with a lot of burn umber and some type of corrosion effects underneath the plane. Because it's literally going to be, it's a jet bike. It's not a flyer, you know what I mean? It's not really something people are looking at the bottom of. But we are going to give it paint, so it's not totally slacker. Now we're going to take a look at what we did up here. So now I want it to be more bright. So pretty happy with most of this as a first pass. Now we're gonna go one notch above this with that pink lipstick look, because we really want some natural bright red. You know, I'm gonna blow some air here in the bottom where I've got some water that built up. See right there. So here's an ancient Chinese trick right here. I'm just blowing air on it until it dries, and then once it dries, I'll throw some more paint on it. That simple. Simple. Alright. So now, turn that light down so it's not so shiny. You'll notice this is what I got in my pot right here. I'm going to take this mix. I'm going to pour some of it out into this lid right here. I'm going to leave about that much in there. And I might pour it all out. Maybe that'll be what we leave in there. I'm going to pour some more sunny skin tone in there. Move this out of the way. Now we're going to create a very much brighter pink. Okay, make sure to get your flow improver up inside of here. All up in it. Definitely just a little bit of water. Stir it up. Get the gangster gumbo. Get it all mixed in there. I'm gonna dip my toothbrush in my painting water real quick. I'm gonna keep that tip clean. And here's one of my other tricks. Blow a little air as you rubbing the airbrush back and forth. It'll help just kind of knock away some of that bullshit. So we have a pretty good mix right there. Okay. Let's see what we can't do. Now the idea here is to be a little bit more subtle. Okay, I don't like that. I'm getting a lot of speckles right out the gate. I'm gonna pour a little water in here. I'm gonna back the needle out, push it forward a little bit, make sure there's nothing there, clear, jamming it. Keep that tip clean. It's kind of the process when you're working with non-airbrush ready paints. I'm getting a weird splatter here. Like it's definitely got a little bit of bullshit stuck in there. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Much better. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour just a little bit more water in here. I want it to be a little bit more watery. Like I said, the idea is to highlight the centers of all those panels we just did. A little bit, with a little bit more extreme of a highlight. Some next level pre-shading. You guys see all that? Very pink and not good. If you were going to leave it this color, you would be very sad. You guys seeing that? Real subtle. Dropping some highlights off. Here up top on this light, I'm going to drop a nice little highlight. On this side right here. Right here. A little something like that. Just making these transitions look fresh, And then you'll see, once we drop our super bright red over it, it's going to look real natural, and it's going to take a lot of natural color from this. And so you're going to get a very transitioned red with nothing but natural feel. Same deal on the sides. Let's go through every panel. Just do it again, Just like that. Spin it around. Right, show. Just work your way up every panel. Looks like this glob of red paint is tracked on some spots of the model. And I'm just going to wipe those out with this color. Alright, we're getting a little bit of speckle in here. Keep the tip clean. All day. Get them all. Alright. So you don't really have to overthink this stage. This is like just... The only thing you have to really concern you with is if your transitions are not leaving huge speckles. Like, because when you bring that... when we bring our red shade over the top, we're not gonna... It's not gonna look right if it's got all these huge, like, grainy, like, TV lines everywhere, Like static. Alright, so now I'm going to flip it over. Highlight some of this stuff we did earlier. Just like that. Real easy, Let's make sure we like it all. One more quick pass. A little bit brighter in some of these areas. Like I really want some pop right here. I want these areas to just be super bright red when we're done. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit. Just like that. Now I'm gonna clean the brush out real quick because it's all full of pink. And we don't want that. We're gonna be at a perfect red when we're done. Gonna hit that blood red. That scarlet red, I think is what it's called. Scarlet blood. No doubt. That's exactly what it's called. So running a little bit of solvent through the airbrush. Cleaning this joint up. Now I'm going to let this thing dry just a little bit longer before I start in on it. I don't want it to like run because we're putting we're going to be putting a real watery red over it. And so you don't want that to like basically slick the paint back up and have it run down the model. Alright. While that dries and I catch my breath because I'm not wearing my respirator because I'm talking to you guys. Alright. I have missed a substantial amount of Q&A while working on that. Alright. Let's move back to Ironhead. It said show us some efficient speed painting tonight. I'm going to do my best, dog. Sometimes, though, when you move fast, you make mistakes. Saldoc, looking fresh, dog. Thank you, man. Clay Cruz says, hey, Kenny, which army is better in the ITC tournament, Tau or Necrons? They're both good. Necrons are one of the best armies for winning missions that nobody knows about. Like, they don't table things that often. I mean, some builds do, but they win missions. Got an Ox, I want to say Oxford 611, saying, what do you keep your pressure at and what size needle do you have in that brush? It amazes me how you make a mount ETNA when you mix in the cup. I'm not sure what that is. But I'm using, let me look at my compressor real quick for you guys. The compressor says it goes up to, let me tell you. I'm going to see what it charges at. So, I literally have it. I mean, once you put a regular, compressors never go all the way up. So, it says 30. Like, it says 30 PSI. But I move so quick, it probably drops down to 20. And also, it's the standard needle for the Iwata Eclipse, I think, and is the 3.5.
And his name is John C.
Oh, yes. Hey, Martin came in hot. First person to use our new gift of the day of the week. Oh, yeah. Appreciate it, homie. All right. Let's see where we are. We got the good old Ty winning says, yo, the front gill needs some teeth. Yo, you're right. It does need some teeth. How fresh would this be with some teeth in there? Think we can do it? Damn, I should have cut those out and just drawn teeth in there. What was I thinking? I'll do that in the next one. I got 4 more to paint. That's upsetting. Should have thought of that. Good old Absinthe. Sorry, you're talking to my boy Clay Cruz. Dirty Sheets McSkeets is in hot. Someone got some message deleted. Probably spam. Ironheaded looking at you. Lock Infinity says, what a good place vendor to buy. What is a good place to buy your stuff from? I mean, dicehead.com. I buy most of my stuff from them. They got low prices every day. They're one of the sponsors. You can find them in the panels below. What is going on with Ironheaded getting his message deleted? Ironheaded, what happened here? Killing Time Painting, one of my favorite people, just joined in. Says, yo, Kenny, late checking in. I hope I didn't miss much. No, we're appreciating, anybody who's just checking in, we're appreciating this Kromlech assault speeder. We're about to lay the red over this pre-shade, which is laid down once I clear out this Q&A. Got still one more name. Since it's getting hot in SoCal, do you find that you need to change anything the way you paint to compensate for the heat and humidity changes? You know, you just always want to, like, I never leave the models outside to dry if I'm priming outside. I just bring them right in. And when you use your seal coat, it's kind of the same thing. But that's why I use the Model Masters lusterless. Like, this shit is fine in humidity. This is the heat right here. Sandlock says, I got a Forge World clear line in the mail. Would their red be good to complement that? Yeah, anything that's a transparent is pretty good for pre-shading. Small Cave Studio says, OMG. I wonder what he's talking about. Oh, Iron-Headed. You got timed out from Nightbot for caps. Small Cave Studio, Cena. Yep. Just trying to throw some different fun gifts your ways for the donations, you know, just say thank you. Do what I can on my small way. Neo Cypher. This is the Kromlech assault speeder.
His name is John C.
Oh yeah. Uncle Dread donated. It's worth it every time. It's so baller. Thank you, brother. This Kromlech assault speeder is one of our sponsors. Sorry, I'm so distracted by John Cena right now. This is what we're using for our Deathcopter. We have 5 of these solo Deathcopters. Check out the panel down there. It's one of my sponsors. You can take it right to your website. These guys make amazing stuff. Killing Time Painting says not too late for teeth. I'll just do it. You're right. I'm just going to do it. Appreciate it, A. Martin, coming in hot. Iron-Headed. Nightbot freaked out over all caps. Yeah, it did. Darth Rob says, how'd those shark bombs come out? Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can show you what I settled on here. Let's see what we got here. Hold on, let me get that focus right for you guys. You guys know the routine. Here's our little shark missile. That's what he looks like. Pshow, suckers. Love it. Thanks for giving me the inspiration to paint that, guys. You guys came in hot with that. What we got here? Shockwave. What up, Kenny? Just stopping in to say hi. Wanted to catch you later. I have to run and catch you later. Yo, thanks for stopping by for a few minutes. Alright. About to start up. Let's appreciate this joint. And thank you guys for the donations. John Cena, thanks from the bottom of his heart as well. About to come in fresh. Alright. Get the glove back on. Get the compressor rolling. Okay. So as you guys know, Gangster Gumbo all day. Right here. Pour a little flow improver up in there. That's a lot of flow improver, by the way, because we're going to keep it real thin. Pour a little bit of this red in here. Grab our trusty stirring brush. Stir this mix together. And we're keeping it real thin, guys. Gonna pull out a little bit of water to pour in there. Move the assault speeder out of the way. Let's mix it up. Think we're nice and watery? Yeah, that's what I want to see. Okay. This is going to get icy. Okay, so the idea here is to just barely coat the model. Now, I want to keep the tip clean, so I'm going to grab my toothbrush first. Okay, so we want just enough to come out to tint what we've done here. So I'm doing almost 100% air, like 90% air, man, 99% air, 1% paint. I hope nothing's getting lost here because like it is an incredibly true red. I mean, this is as like perfectly red as it gets. And you see, you got that transition in there, real subtle. And we're gonna come back in with burn umber and bring the heat. Just real subtle, guys. Let me make sure we're looking good on the pot. Make sure we're not getting any clogs. Okay. Real subtle, like I said, 99% air. Turn that light back up. Let me let me zoom out. See if we can show you a little something. See that the trueness of that red and the subtlety of that highlight, like the most natural red possible. We're working over to the tail now. And I'm talking like this is almost water with some red in it. Like what we're putting over it, there's almost, I mean, it's so ridiculous that it just like that, it's snapping in and becoming this incredible scarlet blood paint from Vallejo. Like but with a real transition, a real natural red transition. See that? The underbelly. These ridiculous wings that we just went in hot on. Just getting that red in there. Just real subtle. Sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna re-inspect it. Make sure no pink is poking out anywhere where I don't want it to be. Got a little bit right here in the side of this vent right here, up top. And I'm gonna pour a little bit more water in the pot. Just to water it down a little bit more. I'm gonna do just a real thin pass. I mean, it's so watery. Let me show you guys. Let me see if there's a way for me to... Like, it's just dripping off this lid. Like... water. Okay, real subtle. Just build it up. Wiping out all the pink that would be left over from our... flesh tone that we mixed in earlier. Like I said, there it is. It's like the most red possible. Like that is as red as it gets with some transitions still available. So like when people ask you like how do you paint red and want it to still look red, you know, because like you can highlight red with orange all you want. It's not the same. It's still red with some cool orange highlights, but like you want that natural red that just highlights itself. Pre-shades. Now there's a million ways to pre-shade too. We're just doing one technique. Let's see if I can get that lighting better for you guys. We're just showing you one technique. Like I said, I pre-shaded with green to white because it's a complementary color. That works just as well. Try to get that so you can see the trueness of that red. I'm gonna let that sit there for a second. Then I'm gonna pull out that burn umber. I'm gonna rebuild some of this contrast for you guys. While I'm doing that, I'm going to check the Q&A. Time Winning says, you got to respect that Nightbot. Yo, you ain't lying. Cosmic Cubicle, one of my favorites. What's up, homie? My boy. What you up to, man? Cosmic Cubicle says, yo, dog, sorry I'm late. Had to change my layouts for later tonight for his stream. Yeah, you guys want to check out Cosmic Cubicle? He's doing his own stream, too. Got my boy Clay Cruz. He's saying, hey Kenny, this may be an odd one, but what's a good Lord of War for sisters at my local shop? Running a 1,200 point tournament next month, and I have only about 800 points in sisters. I don't know, anything that they, I mean, like I think they can take Night Titans, can't they? I mean, just hey Martin coming in hot saying, I've been doing undercoating so wrong and it never turns out right. Thank you so much for doing this tutorial. Completely explain what written tutorials and net cannot. Night Titan, bro. Yep, Dan is right. Poking out pink, second greatest screen name ever. Dirty Shoots McSkeets. You're right. Small Cave Studio says, this work. Will this work for black too, maybe? Just some darker gray? It's just going to always be darker gray. Cosmic Cubicle just came in hot and he's hosting us. Thanks, brother. Alright, I think I got my airbrush just about right. Throw some burnt umber up in there. You guys know that burnt umber is one of our secret colors. Let me take this moment to also plug Kromlech one more time. Kromlech is the provider of this assault speeder for our Ork army that you guys have been following along with at home. This is going to be a Death Copter. I'm going to have 5 solo Death Copters that outflank and just take objectives to back up my Death Copter Death Star that you guys saw me working on the last few weeks. Just MSU City. And then later, you're going to see me work on 6 units of 3 Warbikers. And I think I'm going to paint each warband a different color. So we'll talk about that here when the time comes. I also want to thank my donators. You guys have been coming in so fresh. Thank you. The donations matter. Promise you. All I do is spend money on paints, airbrushes, e-vapor juice for my e-cigarette, whiskey. I haven't bought a new shirt in 6 years. You don't believe me? Go back to the old, go back a year on my channel. I guarantee you'll see me wearing this shirt. But I appreciate it, brother. Alright. Also, in case someone's just tuning in, I'm trying something kind of new here. Kind of change the channel alerts out every week to give you guys something new and ridiculous. And I think I might even start running a giveaway, so who can guess what it is before I drop it by some. I'll put out some hint on Facebook, you know. But trying to do some fun shit, you know. You guys keep this fun for me. Cosmic Cubicle, finally got my XSplit tweaked. Been feeling the hobby vibe for streaming the last few days. That's awesome, bro. Lock Infinity, do you have any list ideas for Noise Marines that might be somewhat common? I got a couple. I do have some Noise Marine ideas. Yep. Oh, still one more name. You're not lying, dog. According to my list, I don't eat. This is literally, I'm not even fucking with you. When I told you guys I'd be late, I was literally eating bread and drinking water. Like that was one meal today. That's only because I had 6 cups of coffee. Alright, guys. Burnt Umber. Yes, Burnt Umber is a Vallejo color. It is one of the ballerest of all Vallejo colors. Now let's track it down. It is somewhere on my desk. And I do not see it. Because I have so many pots of paints just living on my desk. I wonder if it's in my drawer. Man, I hope we got some Burnt Umber. We're looking. We're digging deep, guys. I know I have some. I know I got some. Damn, I got so many Vallejos. That is not Burnt Umber. Alright. That means it's on my desk somewhere, hidden in plain sight. Does this ever happen to you guys? That literally a pot of paint is sitting somewhere you just can't see even though it's right in front of you? Okay. Let's go over the basics. Not here. Also not here. This is wash. This is not burn umber. Burn umber, found it. Called it. Burn umber. Chillin'. Alright. So we're actually going to paint this burn umber on. So let's get a little bit of flow improver up in there. Drop a little bit of bird easy up in there. Stir this bitch up. And this is already an airbrush paint, so this will go on pretty easy. Little flow improver. I still like to put just a little bit of water in there. Just mix it up. Alright, this is where it's gonna get real. We gotta keep our wits about us. Let me lock in, guys. Oh, burn umber smells like shit. I always forget. Okay. Can you guys see?
His name is John C.
Oh shit. Still one more name is John Cena with the freshest donation. Let me just take a moment to enjoy this song. Still one more name, you're my hero. Just like John Cena. Okay, so can you guys see, in this one, I'm dedicating this part of the tutorial to still one more name. Okay, I'm trying to get you guys, I'm trying to get that light perfect for you guys. I want you guys to see this. Okay, okay, right here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to trace some of these areas and create a shade to reinforce the contrast. Alright, this is... You guys see that? Oh, God, I'm trying to eliminate that glare. It's so annoying. Stupidness. Okay. So this is what we're working on. We're working right here. Drawing a little bit of burn umber in there. It's just so shiny because of all this light that we need to see. Stupid light. We don't need to see anything. Is that actually better when it's shrouded in darkness? It's so ridiculous. Okay, right here. Now we're going to come in this way right here. Just trying to create some of that contrast. You guys see that? Coming up, right up against, hot against the plane. Draw a little burn umber in. Trace some of these lines. Just like that. You guys see that? This is not easy because the light is pissing me off. Alright. So you guys can see kind of what we're doing here on this wing, right? Same kind of deal up here. Let's draw a little bit of burn umber in and faded it upward. You see that? Flip the plane over. Gonna be a little bit more aggressive right here. You guys see? See if we can show the difference between those two wings. God, light's pissing me off so bad. Is it this light? No, it's this light. Sharded in darkness. Bring it back. How you guys feel? There it is. Alright, so you guys see what we've done here. Sorry, what we've done here on this wing to try to rebuild some of that contrast. And now I'm going to show you again right here. From the body of the plane, I'm drawing a quick line. And now I'm going to trace these little lines. Like so. Same deal right here. Okay, we're gonna have to clean the tip. It's getting a little clogged. Drop some of our other desk lights on. Gotta see that a little bit better. I gotta keep that tip clean. Still one more name. You are John Cena for the day. Okay. A Martin constantly looked for Vallejo black metal air for 10 minutes. Kept picking it up and saw it said black. Didn't read the metallic part. I've done it. I've done it. Team Bad Decisions. Hey, Kenny. Happy to make the stream. Thank you for joining the stream, brother. Killing Time Painting. He did that just for the GIF. LOL. I guess let me go back in time. See what you guys are talking about. Burt Umber from Vallejo. Whiskey is a food group. If you guys watch Metal Eclipse, booze is food. Okay? Prison Diet. That's what Uncle Dread says. Neo Cypher. Are these personal models or these commissions? The Ork project we're going to be working on for who knows until I finish it is my personal Ork army. Ironheaded says, your tip jar earnings are great. Maybe do 2 per week. I reversed my suggestion. I mean, yes, I really appreciate the tips. It does. You know what's good about it, guys? Like in all seriousness, because like I basically am a full-time commission painter to keep. That's why I pay the bills. I paint 40 hours a week. Everything I do that's not painting for a commission 40 hours a week is something I don't get paid on, or something that potentially cuts into what I do. You know, like, so it's all about, you know, figuring things out. When you guys donate like this, it makes it so much easier to do more live streams because I don't have to worry about like what I'm not doing from my job. You know what I mean? I truly do appreciate it. Ironheaded says, I know how to glare kill your light. I'll annoy you later about how to do it. Thanks, man. We gotta get like a light arc in here. Cosmic Cubicle. I diffuse mine by taping Kleenex over it. I've got like a professional like diffuser on mine. It's just when the paint's wet, it looks stupid. Killing Time Painting. I'm out for the night. Gotta back to work. I'll watch the rest when you post. P.S. My Bargus came in today. Oh shit. Alright. Let's jump back into it. Let's keep the stream alive, guys. Excuse me. Alright, we got the tip clean. Let's get these tails done right here. Oh, God. Come on, guys. Burn Umber's clogging in there. We're getting a clog. This is happening. Alright, we cleared the clog. We're through it. There it is. Nice little transition. You see, I'm trying to dry it with air right now so you guys can see it. Do the same thing on the other side. Still one more name. Thanks for tuning in, brother. I know you gotta go, but I really appreciate it. Getting that tail up. Let's switch it back to this side. Just tracing it in, you know. Try to get those angles. Sorry for that gangsterness right there. Okay, up on the front, this is gonna be a little bit more concerning. I'm gonna draw a line right here in the front. Trace backwards right here. And now I'm going to try to bring it around the sides of this light. Like so. Now the other side. Just following the curvature. Staying right in that crease. Something like that. Gotta see what I'm working toward here. Real easy concept, you know? And we're getting a real nice red with some nice natural weathering. That's what the burnt umber appreciate combo is. It's about creating natural reds, but keeping them transitionally exciting. And that's just something that a lot of people struggle to do with red over a large area. Like typically over a large area, red is just red. But we're trying to create sick transitions. I'm trying to like find places in the model that I can transition, because that's what I get out of it. You know, like I don't like a big flat surface. I like transitions, and I try to invent new, exciting ways for me personally to get those transitions into my model. Now here up on the side, sorry guys. Like underneath, it can be a little bit more liberal since like it's going to be beat up with a lot of typhus corrosion by the time I'm done. And it's also Ork, because Ork. Especially here toward the back. Now let's flip it over. Like I said, as liberal as you want, man. Like I said, no one's ever going to see the bottom. We're just throwing some nice quick streaks in there, kind of finishing out the burn umber in the pot. And then, like I said, I'm going to sponge a lot of typhus corrosion and Rizzo Rustin under here. Do part 2 of the Wu-Tang Clan Old Rusty Bastard video. Here on this grill, I'm going to start throwing some burn umber in on the grill, since I know I'm probably going to end up painting it kind of metal anyway. Okay. Got a little bit of burn umber right here. No big deal. I said that's going to be just fine. Where's it still shiny? Right here. Blowing some air on it so it's not so shiny. I'm gonna let that sit there while I clean out the airbrush real quick. But that's basically, like I said, that's a. Let's get this. Let me get this filter off of here. See if we can get it. Get it a little bit truer. Hopefully we're getting close. Alright. Okay. Best I can do for now. There it is. Try to show you guys kind of what we're working with. Okay. Back to the Q&A while I clean out this airbrush. I'm about to faint from fucking paint fumes up in here. Yo Dog from Sadlock. How far away from the model is your airbrush? It's hard to tell. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's not that close at all. So, I mean, like, I get as close as I need to, bro. I'll literally get right up on a model if I have to. But so, a lot of times I just don't. Like, when you practice all the time like I do, you kind of just know where the paint's going to go, you know? Like, it's not even... There's no guesswork left for me. Maybe I'll do a tutorial about that. Ugh. So crazy in here. Yo. Don't mind me. I'm literally just gonna open a door. Just opening the super secret door to the Beats Lab. Let some of this burn umber out of here. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Let some of these fumes die down before I jump back into it. Okay. let's take a look at the situation. Good old killing time, Peyton. Oh, he just pieced out. Sorry, bro. Oh, I just saw that. Still one more name. He boosted out. Thank you for hanging in there. We got a lot of people talking to each other. I love that. Cosmic Cubicle. Just waiting for Kenny to approve. I never linked the stream without asking. Oh, I mean, yeah. Please. Sadlock. Yo, dog. Looks dope. Appreciate it, brother. Ironheaded says, still great work for 1 hour plus questions. Dirty Sheet says, time to invest in a spray booth. No, I got like, I've got my own little setup. It's just that like, it's hard. Like if I had my whole thing on, literally it wouldn't be able to hear me. So like, it's just, that's why I try to keep the airbrush into something like this. I mean, my shit, it just makes a racket, you know? I got a sick setup. Sadlock, yo, dog. By the way, dog, it's 4 a.m. here in Norway. How long you going? I plan on at least throwing some wash on some things. Maybe throwing a little bit of seal coat on this. I don't know yet, guys. We definitely got enough support to go a little bit longer. That's for damn sure. John Bringham says, you are such a better painter in the Cali sunshine. Hashtag hot in Sacramento. You up in Sacramento? That's tight, bro. I'll let you guys decide. Okay, I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, obviously, because, you know, it's got a real thin airbrush coat on it. And we don't want to just, you know, I want to let this dry. I want to get a seal coat on it as fast as possible. Like I said, let me just quickly, oh, here we go. Ironheaded says, he says, do you always regularly seal before washes? Dog, I seal my models all the fucking time, bro. Like nothing stops me from sealing these models. Every major milestone, I will seal these bitches. Like, there's no reason not to, dog. Like this, like I said, let me pull out an unopened can, an unbroken seal of this is the truth. Get your ass this shit right here. You can find these in hobby towns, and you can find them online. They are not fucking cheap. If you got a friend that's got like who's a distributor, or you know someone who owns a store, they might be able to get these special order for you. This is the truth right here. The Model Masters, Testers, Lustreless Flat. I mean, this model right here, I'm about to spray this down with the Model Masters, and then I'm gonna paint on it for a little while, throw some details in, and then I'm done for the day. I'm gonna spray it again. I'm gonna spray that bitch again. Like, I don't even care. I mean, like, over and over again. I'm going to spray this thing 50 times before I'm done. Like, real thin coats. Like, I'm going to have so many thin layers of protection built in between all the layers of paint, you know, that it's never going to rub off. Because something like this, like a nice pre-shade like we just did, that red is barely hanging on this bottle. You know what I'm saying? It's barely on there. Like, you don't want it to get scraped off when you're halfway done painting it. Dirty Sheets Mesquite says it's like 111 in Tucson. Dirty Sheets, you live in Tucson? It literally is the worst city on earth, just so you know. I fucking hate that place. I'll tell you about my Tucson story in a minute. Black Infinity, yeah, yo, I'm out in the SoCal desert. It's about 100 here. Guy, I ain't never seen a desert before I drove through fucking Death Valley. Sadlock, yo, dog, I stay until the sun goes back down in Norway. Next level for life. Thug life, homie. Ironheaded says, and how long do you let the lacquer dry before returning to work? I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. I ain't even, like, not a big deal. I mean, I'll try to give it longer if I can do something else, I'll wait longer. Lock Infinity, no, someone else. Dirty Sheets Mesquite, yes I do. God, Tucson. Do you live in the part of Tucson that's the worst part of Tucson? Like the worst part of the whole country, or like the decent part of Tucson? Tucson has like the worst crime per capita. And it's hot as balls. Cosmic Cube, I protest. Tucson is not the worst. It's not worse than Fargo. This place is terrible bad. You live in Fargo? Damn, dog. Alright. Still one more name. You're in here still? Dirty Sheets is in a decent part of Tucson. I drove across the country, guys, to get to Hollywood, and I didn't feel threatened or uncomfortable in one place. I was in Jackson, man. I was in all the places, the worst parts of Tennessee. I was in, border towns, like, until I was in Tucson for like 15 minutes hitting a liquor store to grab a bottle of bourbon. I was like, this place, I don't like it. I think it, but whatever, it was the South Tucson or something, the part that nobody likes. I don't know the geography. Okay, guys, let's grab this stuff. Let me find it. Here we go. All right. So while I'm letting this dry, like I said, I'm gonna show you guys kind of like what I do. Now, we painted these things with Home Depot metallic primer. Like, that simple. Nothing to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like wash them while they're here, and then when they dry, I'm gonna glue them back onto this guy. So that, like, to me, that just is like so easy. Like, no risk of, you don't have to be like even remotely careful when you do it this way. Make sure our focus is right so you guys can see when I tilt it up. All right, so I'm gonna use, and these have been drying for like a whole day. I'm gonna use some Vallejo black wash, and I'm gonna mix it with sepia. So we're using ancient Chinese technique right here. Water bottle lid. Pouring a bunch into this one, filling this up to the brim. I'm gonna get a secondary ancient Chinese technique water bottle lid right here, and I'm gonna fill this one up with sepia. Oh, this one's already got shit in it. Right here. Let's fill it up, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a big brush with a lot of bristles, dry it off. Show you guys right here what the plan is. The plan is to kind of use both as we go, because I don't like how sepia is just not quite dark enough for me. Oh. I don't like it. Like, I want, but I don't. I think black doesn't have any brown in it, so I want there to be a little of that orc dinginess, and we're just coming in hot, And obviously, if the wash is going to drain, this is the direction I want it to drain. So it's going to like pull up down here, and it's going to catch all these ridges. I'm wicking as much of it away as possible. Like I said, this is why I do this like quick ass technique, because I don't want to have to deal with the headache of this being attached to our beautifully airbrushed model, and then have to like dry brush it and glue it on, and I mean a dry brush around everything. Like, this just lets you go buck wild, man. Whatever you want. Look at this. Let me look. You see? You guys see the blatant disregard that I have? Like, look at this. So we're just flipping around, just getting it all in there. That easy. Same deal right here. Now, like I said, we're getting a nice, like, grimy, somewhat rusty, somewhat oiled, just kind of orc all day. Like, I don't usually pull browns into my metals, like for like my marines and stuff. I only do it for orky stuff. Maybe chaos stuff too. Maybe Nurgle. Okay, now I'm gonna wick it away from the base, because like I said, I want it to drain This is kind of what we got going on right here, guys. And when I'm gonna make sure to get it inside all these little holes. When this dries, we'll run a quick dry brush over it. Then we'll throw some Rizza Rust on it. And then we'll call it done, man. But like, imagine if these were glued on. Just think about it. Glued on right here. Right here. And now it carefully painted on. What? Man, fuck that. Like, this is like 101 gangster mode right here. Like, we're going to call this the Dirty Sheets McSkeets. Now, obviously, this wash is too glorious to waste. Let me just get that zoomed in for you guys. Let's make sure to get a little bit more in this area right here. So we're gonna let that dry, and with this wash right here, I'm just gonna pour it right back in, dog. I ain't gonna waste a damn drop, man. Right back into the sepia pot, and like, I love these Vallejo washes, but apparently the new GW stuff is the heat. That's what Ironhead was telling me later today or earlier. God, I sound retarded. Okay. So we have a little bit in here. If I needed this for something, I'd use it. But shit's, oh, you know what? I do have some. Hold on. You guys want to see some gangster mode? So I got these buzz saws for the other death copters laying around still. I'm gonna use what I got left in here, and I'm just gonna put it to use. That simple. So be as efficient as possible, because I'm gonna need these for my other death copters that I'm gonna do in a studio tutorial. So just to be as efficient as possible with the money you guys donate to me. Gonna pour this on right here. And this is this the top? This is the top. So I'm gonna set this down carefully like this over here somewhere, and then later I'll dry brush it. Okay, get rid of these, get rid of this. Pull my glove off because it is covered in wash. Let me put this right here. You guys take a look at that. Show it all off. Okay, let's jump back in the old Q&A. Cosmic Cubicle is so bad. There's even a movie named after a city, and it didn't even happen in our city. Still one more name. Don't know why it says I left. My lady keeps laughing every time I say I left. I don't know what you're talking about. I probably came halfway on that. Dirty Sheets Mesquites. Yeah, you don't go to the drive-thru liquor stores in South T. Yeah, dog. I walked into this liquor store. Dude, okay, so there's this gas station in South Tucson with literally like 97 cents a gallon gas. I was like, this is a smart move. I'm gonna walk right up in here. I'm gonna get all this gasoline. Oh, and they sell booze in there too. Hell yeah. You know, yo, pumping gas in that parking lot. I was like, this is the worst cesspool of humanity I've ever experienced in my life. Like, it was so bad. Abstinence, just in case you guys thought your day was bad. Had my brush tucked behind my ear, went to the restroom, the brush fell into the toilet. Hopefully you're using those brushes that I use that are like $2.50 each. So Cosmic Cubicle, I prefer Ghost Tint Oil from Minotaur. You know, I'll be straight up, I don't like anything that Minotaur does. I'm not a fan of any of it. Take it for what it's worth. You might have a different experience than I do, but I'll tell you this: as someone who literally works with miniatures and miniature paints for 40 hours minimum a week, I'm not impressed with the Minotaur line. I like I mean, let me tell you, I'll tell you the truth though. Like, I had a Badger Patriot since 1998 or like 2000 or something like that. Like, I mean, they make decent airbrushes, but I wouldn't use any of that stuff for miniatures. A. Martin says the method for washing is blowing my mind. Never seen that much wash applied at one time. Gangsta. Yeah, this is the gangsta mode. This is how you get it done, bro. People just you gotta go gangster. You just have to. Aldo, I want to say Aldoc hello says, yo Kenny, what up pimp? Lock Infinity, you ever drink Bud Ice 32 by 2? I don't drink beer. Straight up. Unless it's a Smirnoff Ice and I got iced. Whiskey and bourbon only. Little scotch for flavor. Lock Infinity. Nah, I never get hungover. Where do you live, Lock Infinity? In Texas? It's like a Texan. Big Al. Oh yeah, that's my boy right there. Trivia. Al, I think your old form handle was Aldonis, wasn't it? Big Al up in here just posted up. He was, I think, my first commission as Next Level Painting Studio that wasn't like one of my friends that I knew in Miami, you know? Like, one of my first, if not the absolute first commission as a studio, 2010. I want to say, literally, I opened my doors with 2 commissions in 2000, and literally 2010 was I opened my doors, painted 2 commissions back to back that were Space Wolves, Al, and my buddy Hod. Those are the first 2 things I tried, you know, flex my pro painting fingers at over 6 years ago now. Playing them at ATC, yeah. I mean, they're so old, they're embarrassing, but I'm so glad you're still playing with them. In the beginning, in the early days, it was all about finding that quantity and that quality ratio. And now, I mean, now what I do in the same amount of time is just so much better. I'm so glad. Yeah, you guys got to check out the ATCs. It's going to be glorious. All right. So I'm about to shut this joint down unless you guys give me one good request. Give me one good request, and I'll keep it alive. And I'll give you, I'll let you guys see what I have on my table. Once I seal coat this, obviously, it's going to take too long to work on him, so he's out of the equation. These are still drying, so I'm not going to be able to dry brush these anytime soon. This is off the table. Let me see what I have on the table. I've got a mostly painted orc face in Pilot. I guess I can paint the lenses on this guy, on his glasses. That's a possibility. We've got... That's about it. That's about it, homies. Not much. Oh, actually, got this little window right here. We can paint a lens. We can paint that window effect too. Oh, you guys want to see how our Infinity model came out on our Super Gangster Saturday No Warning stream, where I was showing you guys some of the non-metallic effects on the fly? I'll show you him real quick too, but I'll let you guys pick one of these things I'm working on. Jesuits. We just did shipping last week, bro. Where you at? Go back to the archives, homie. Pre-shade the orc guy, maybe? I'm not going to pre-shade an orc guy. I'm just going to paint him green. I need to make his jacket a bomber jacket. What do you mean? What makes it a bomber jacket? Thought it was just leather. Let me know. You're only halfway through last week. Patches and pins up on it. You guys don't see, he's got wings on his arm right there. He's got a shield on this arm. And on his back, he's got dice and the word bonsai. So he's got gear. He's got fresh gear. A. Martin says, do you ever go back to older models you painted and apply new techniques that you've learned? Yeah, of course. Okay, you want me to do the window? All right, I'm gonna give priority to one of the donators today, so I think that's A. Martin. Still one more name, and so still one more name. Uncle Dread, A. Martin. You're my three people. But I'm gonna let you guys pick what I do. Orc window. Orc sunglasses, you pick. And while you guys are deciding, I'll show you the final product right here. Here is last week's Infinity model that I was working on the stream. We were painting these gun pieces right here with a subtle non-metallic effect. We finished his base. We finished all the purple on the spire. Gave him a sick effect right here. So obviously this Infinity model is coming out. These Infinity projects coming out just next level. Right now I'm working on some Tiger Soldiers. It's gonna be fresh. All right. Go back, see what you guys picked. Move this plane out of the way. A. Martin says window. Still one more name says I'm okay with whatever, so we'll do the window. Maybe I'll show you guys a completely different way of doing it. But I can airbrush this so easy. It's too airbrushable. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Zoom in on this bitch. Okay, this thing is prime gray. So we've been using blue for the windows so far. Let's do green. Nah, we got green skin. Nah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it alive. What I'll do is I'll use a different blue though. We'll use. Nah, that just won't look consistent. We gotta keep it the same because it's gonna be the same army. Okay. Prussian blue, Vallejo game color. We'll pull a little bit out right here. We're going to just paint in the window blue first before we pull out the airbrush. Because I don't want to start with this color if I can just start highlighting it basically. Since it is gray, you can apply it kind of thin and it'll stick really easy. Anything that I can do real easy without airbrushing, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad these windows are detachable like this so we can really do some fun effects on them. Okay. So what we got here is Prussian blue. Just chilling, okay? And this is gonna dry for a second while I pull out the airbrush. Set it down. Just chill. Okay. The old airbrush is coming back out of the ancient Chinese technique of shot glass with cleaner in it. That's where I keep it. Get this joint turned on. All right. Saldoc says, did you pin the infantry guy to the base? Looks dope. Yeah, I pinned him out of the base, homie. Got a whole tutorial up on it. Check out the YouTube archives. You can check the links in the panels below. Got literally over 100 videos, dog, and I covered things like pinning models to bases, everything. Check it out. Guys are looking for early exclusive access to all my studio tutorials. Look at my Patreon page. That's a way to subscribe to me. I reward you guys with ad-free experience and early access. Team bad decisions. To the one of the other donators. This is my first time donating on Twitch. Oh. Did you donate Team Bad Decisions and it didn't recognize you? Team Badass, it says you followed, but I don't see donation. And I do want you to be recognized because that's the whole Twitch model. Like, that's what's fun about it, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in real quick to see if anything came through. So I'm a problem solver. And I definitely don't want you to waste your money either. Because I do care about you guys, man. Also, I didn't spend a lot of time setting up that John Cena gift and not see it. Edited that music down. Okay. Cleaning the airbrush while I'm doing this. I'm a multitasker. I did get a payment that just came through. It's hard to tell because I don't see your guys' Twitter handles. It might be holding some of these payments because I think some people are using e-checks, which is crazy. So I think if you use an e-check, I think it might, for some reason, not instantaneously approve it. So I apologize, Team Bad Decisions. You are recognized. It probably won't clear tomorrow, so I apologize for that. But I think that I'm looking through my stream labels. It's not approved. It's not showing it there, but it is in my PayPal. We'll tell you. So it shows an e-check though. So we just figured something out, guys. If you donate using an e-check, for some reason the math won't shout you out. I don't know why. Okay. And PayPal is lagging tonight. Wait hours for the commish payment now. Damn. I think I might actually have another donator in there. I don't want to use anyone's real names, obviously. But I think there might be someone else in there who's not getting recognized. I mean, I know the names. So if you've donated, definitely let me know, bro. And thank you, Cat Couples, my moderator back in the stream. What up, here? Okay. You guys ready?
And his name is John C.
Sow dog. Thanks for staying with us, homie. Love you, dog. That one was for bad decisions. You got to see it. I appreciate it, homie. I know all your names, but now I'm trying to learn your Twitch names. I'll never get tired of the John Cena gif. All right. So what we have here is a little flow improver. We got the Prussian blue already laid out in this window, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the ancient Chinese paintbrush out, scoop up some of this Prussian blue from the table, pour it right in there, and we're going to grab some of this blue-green. Same Vallejo colors. We're going to mix this blue-green in. We're going to lighten this Prussian blue up. Okay, let's get that backflow. Now we don't want any speckling. Let's definitely make sure we're not speckling. I think we got to clean the tip. Always keep the tip clean, guys. That's a dirty sheets mesquite's proverb. We'll pour just a little drop of water in here. Let's get it mixed up. Okay. Let me get the camera zoomed in. Okay. So we're going to do a sick lens effect right here. Alright, I want to make sure we're in focus. So many moving parts. Okay. Bottom right corner. We're dropping some of this highlight in. Dropping air now, just air to dry it up. We'll flip it around. Same side, since it's supposed to be transparent. See right here? Quick little highlights, guys. Just like that. Now I'm going to set that down for just 1 second. I'm going to clean the airbrush out just a little bit. And we're going to pour a drop of white up in this. Get a little bit of white up in the pot. Get the old ancient paintbrush trick out. Stir it up. Now this is where it's going to be real detailed. Like we got to get in tight. Got to get in super tight. So I'm going to do my best. Once I locate the window that I just sat down. Do you guys see it? Is this not like the third time we've done this today? Or I've done this today? Where I currently don't see the window on my desk after I just did it. Am I not seeing it? Is it here? You guys see it? I don't see shit. I'm gonna go back to the stream and see if you guys... Do you guys see the window? Let me know. You guys remember which direction I put it? Guys, I'm gonna need you. I can't paint the window. Yup, found it. Got it. Thank you for telling me. Okay, so this is really important to be as tight as possible. So I'm gonna come in tight. A little testing on my finger. little something like that. Just a little bit of a gleam right there in that quadrant. Set it down for 1 second. Keep my eye on it this time. Clean the tip, clean the tip. Same deal on the other side. Let's drop a little bit of white in there. A little bit, just a little bit. Get it in tight. Same deal on the other side. Now we're gonna let that sit there for a second. This is gonna be the final stage right here. We're gonna pour a little bit of Vallejo black in there. Right here. Just a tiny bit. Doing this off camera, sorry guys. Just a little bit in there, man. Not much. We got enough water kind of riding in the pot that this will be fine. And now we're just going to darken the reverse angle. You see that? Balla. Same thing on this side. Just like that, guys. Ugh, God, I can't turn my arm that way. A little bit of black up in the crease. Same thing on the other side. And now you can just go in with your paintbrush and paint some sick little gleams in there, like an extra little highlight. Like, I'm not going to do it right now, obviously, because I'm letting this shit dry, but like, if you grabbed a little bit of pure white, you can just draw a little bit of pure white, reestablish it. A little bit of black, reestablish it. See what I'm saying? That's kind of just a real simple effect right there. Let me set this down back in my spot so I don't lose it. Let me show you guys real quick. This is what we pre-shaded today. This is all pre-shading, like we said. Like obviously, if you guys have been here since the beginning, you know how we did this. Anybody just tuning in, gonna have to go back to the archives. This is all 100% a pre-shade to get to this level. Anyone just tuning in, this is a Kromlech assault speeder. We're using this for one of our many death copters in our Ork army. Let me turn this compressor off, guys. Set this down in the old shot glass. Back to the good old Q&A. We had a good night tonight, guys. We had over 40 people watching for most of the night. That makes me feel like the prettiest girl at the prom.
And his name is John
what?
C.
What? Saldock. Had to see it again. You insane mofo. It's the best GIF on earth. Is it not the best GIF on earth? Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you guys, my goal is to come up with a really interesting GIF every week. I was in the Beats Lab. I'm a bit of an audio engineer, a little bit of a visual guy. Found the GIF, and I went in there, got the music. I edited it to fit the timeline the way I want to do. I'll put that level of care. It's something as simple as a hilarious GIF. I promise to bring that level to everything we do together on this channel. I can't stop, won't stop. You can't see me, as it were. John Cena all day. Okay, let me clear out this Q&A before I call it a day. Still one more name. I am Alfurious. I'm Alfurious, says Cosmic Cubicle in response. Cat a couple says, wait, what? No Hawk? He obviously talking about Hawk Turquoise. So instead of Hawk Turquoise, the two colors I use these days, Cat chaotic couples, as I use Meridia's blue and Arcane blue. These are both P3 colors. These will get it done. But I've been using Prussian blue and blue-green for a lot of stuff lately. And since I've already started with these on the Orc windows, I'm going to keep it going. But Hawk Turquoise is clutch. You guys hear that airplane outside because I got my door open? Hear the constant cop cars that I hear here in LA County? Neo Cypher, it looks like these guys jumped in and told you about the backflow technique. Basically, it's just how I mix the paints together by trapping the air in the pot and letting the water and the flow improver mix with the paint. Just like, you know, we got videos on it. You're definitely going to want to check out Easy Airbrush Hacks on YouTube. Check out the archives. We got hundreds of videos, brother. Thank you, obviously, guys, for pointing out where I left the window. Saldoc, yo dog, how do you announce your surprise streams? How do I announce them? I'm just using, I'll do a social media blast. I think I'm reading that right. Ironheaded says, gotta log out. Thanks for the show. Yo, appreciate it, Ironheaded. Good Cat 13, solid name, by the way. He says, does the gumbo hack work for the Citadel range? It literally works for every paint. It is how you get non-airbrush paints ready. Like all these Vallejo models, everything that you've seen me paint, like literally every one of these, like right here. I'll just show you. I'll just show this off again because this is what we painted on the surprise stream right here. We painted this guy in the surprise stream. We showed you how to do the non-metal metallics. This is 100% not airbrush paints. This is all, like, some of this is P3, some of this is Reaper, some of this is Vallejo. Now, it doesn't matter what it is. If you use the techniques and you use the flow improver, if you use the water correctly, you can get amazing results from any paint line. And honestly, I prefer in a lot of situations non-airbrush ready paints because they have a better pigment ratio. And if you could just get them to go through your airbrush, you get brighter colors. Absinthe. If you thin the crap out of them, it works fine. Barely, dude, just literally flow improver all day, brother. Not to discredit your experience, Absinthe. Saldoc, yo dog, thanks for keeping me entertained, dog. Coming in hot as always. It's my honor. Good Cat 13 says thanks. Obviously coming in with the sickest name ever. Robbie B, be proud of that name. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna shut this down. If you got anything left to say, I'm gonna wait 15 seconds, obviously because of the time delay. And I will answer the last couple of clutch questions before we shut it down. Did a solid hour and 45 minutes so far. You guys came in super fresh with the donations. Like I said, I do want to honor the people who were honored tonight by our algorithm. Team Bad Decisions being one of them. I don't know who the other individual is. They haven't come clean. Don't want to tell anyone's real names online. That's a serious violation of the streaming protocol. You guys make it happen. Still one more name. Such a beast. Thanks for attending. Soon, the students will become the master. Appreciate it, guys. Everyone, you have a nice night. Play on, players. Audi 5000.